Good afternoon, good day, and welcome to YouTube. This is a equipment review, so whatever time of the day it is, all you need to do is grab yourself a brew for a few minutes and sit and watch this video. Not difficult, is it? Yeah, well, anyway, just picked up this sander from B&Q because my sander has now packed in. It's making funny noises. It were making funny noises before, and I know sanders make noises, but these didn't sound right. So anyway, it stopped working. So I went to B&Q just to see if they had any good deals. Basically they didn't, so I thought, I saw this, I thought, I wonder how much they are. 30 quid. It's 30 quid, ain't it? I mean, it's a cheap sander at the end of the day. Will it last? Only time will tell. The previous make that I had on orbital sanders was a Allister, but I believe back then they were a lot better quality than they are now. They don't look right cracking, to be honest, on the build quality, but you know, 30 quid. The next one up was a Erbauer, which was about £62. I may buy an Erbauer later on, or I may buy a DeWalt, I'm not sure. But we're going to use this because end of the day it'll do for what I need it to do. I need to crack on with a job. I need to get it finished, so this is what I bought. So what we're going to do is unbox it, take a good look at it. But before we do that, I'm just going to show you what it says on the box. Orbital sander, 300 watts. It has variable speed from 4,000 to 13,000 RPM. Dust extraction, so you attach your workshop vac to it and it will start extracting the dust. Most sanders do that, to be honest. It's nothing new about that with sanders. It's a 125 sanding disc diameter, so, and that is velcro, so that'll be that section there where you attach the sanding disc. You can see there the variable speed dial on the side of it. It looks a bit of a funny place to put it though. I mean, I would have put it there, but obviously they've put the switch there. Now I would say like normally that the switch is on top and they put that there so you can control it with your thumb, but that's their design problem, not mine. Anyway, what we'll do is we shall see what's inside the box and crack on with the video, obviously. So there's the box. I have my trusty knife with me, and we're going to try and open the knife with one hand, which is probably not going to work. There we go. Just going to knife off the seal there. That is just a security seal. Make sure nobody's opened it and removed anything or just stolen it, basically. I mean, let's face it, you don't need the box. There you go. There's the sander. Now I'm just going to remove it from its box. 13 pin UK 240 volt plug, standard, and there it is. And there you can see the foot of the sander there where the disc attaches. There the holes. You can actually see the fan right upside. Now what will happen, it will suck a certain amount of dust up through there and it will extract through there, but you need a little bit of help. And there you remember me saying before is the on off switch at the front, so obviously you're controlling it with that, and you have a variable speed dial at the back there, so that is kind of an odd place to put it because you know, you kind of run a little bit of a stretch there with your thumb to try and adjust it if you need to adjust it. But good grip there. I would say that's quite a good. This is actually rubber, this black. So you've got a nice palm grip. Now previous sanders I've owned, you've held them way back here. I mean, there you go, I can control it better when I'm holding it there, but when you're using like a palm sander, you like to have it in your palm like that because you can hold it flatter by doing that, if you see what I mean. You know what I mean if you've done any sanding. So instructions, why you'd want to instructions, because it's fairly self-explanatory. It does actually come with a 2-year guarantee, so it's worth keeping them at hand. Tells you what it's got in it there, and it gives you some specs there. So it's a 300 watts sander, like I've said, 4,000 to 13,000 RPM, hook and loop attachment. It weighs 1.6 kilograms, sanding discs of 125 millimeters, and the rest is just basically all the bump that comes with them. Gives you all the warning, like I said, there's all the bits and pieces that come with it. Now, I'm hoping that it has got some sanding discs with it. This is the attachment for your dust extraction, so all you need to do is take that and place it in there. Like I said, I'm not reading instructions. You give it a twist, it locks into place like that, and all you need to do is attach your workshop vac onto that, and it will start extracting the dust. So that is, you need to keep it safe. If you're not going to use the bag here, then keep that attached and then you won't lose it. The bag here will just collect the dust as it's coming through the sander. Now, it will collect dust, however it will also produce dust. There will still be a lot of dust that comes actually off the sander as you're using it, so yes, you can use that. It will help. I mean, if you're outdoors or in a well ventilated area, you could just use that. However, the dust extraction is a lot more efficient. It will keep the dust down no end, especially if you're working in customers' houses. If you're doing a lot of sanding, you will create a lot of dust. So this kind of attachment is vital if you're doing sanding. Now, I'm hoping in this envelope to find some discs. There is a disc. Very nice of them to provide a disc. It's a P80. So that's 80 grit, which is an average common grit to be using for sanding. So you work your way up from that. So the next one would be 100 grit, which is a lot finer, and 120, which is finer, and so on and so on and so on. The higher the number, the finer the sandpaper, because it's basically worked on the grit that's on it. So it's 80 grit, 80 pieces per square inch or whatever. So 120, it's a lot finer, is the grit that's stuck to the paper, if you see what I'm saying. So there you go. There's nothing else in the box, but what I will say is that is a nice size to hold for a sander. I will say that. It's 30 quid. You can't go wrong for 30 quid, and like I said, it's going to get some abuse. So it might only last me 12 months. I'm hoping it'll last a bit longer. I will buy a better quality one later on this year, I think. However, I do like the weight. I've got a grip of that. It's not too heavy, but it's heavy enough to sand. It's not very light as far as a sander goes either. So it's just got the right balance to it, I think, for a sander. And the fact that you can grip it like that is quite impressive. There are other sanders available that are a lot bigger than this, and because they're bulky, they make it very difficult for them to use. You have to be sanding large areas, but if you're holding this up at a ceiling, for instance, or on a wall, and you're doing a lot of work, it affects your wrists eventually with a really heavy sander. And because of the vibration that comes off the sander as well, you need to be able to control the sander better. So I will take this on a job. I will do another video of me using it, and then we'll do a proper full test of it then. However, for now, this is the Allister sander. It is a MROS300, 300 being the 300 watt motor that's inside it. First impressions, yes, it's cheap, yes, it's not got a right lot of stuff with it, but I have to say I am impressed with the grip and the hold and the general feel of it so far for doing sanding and that. It does feel very light for a sander, but you can also feel the weight, if I'm making any sense there. It's got kind of a good balance between light and heavy. So, and it's like I said, the fact that you can hold it with your hand like that is a good thing, because it's like I say, you can control a sander better. So we will do another video on this, because for 30 quid you can't go wrong. And for now, I'm going to leave it here for now, and like I said, I'm going to take it on a job and we'll do a proper review on it later. So I hope you got something out of this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and if you want to leave some comments down below, then please do so. And I'll catch you in another video soon. So this is Handy Andy signing out for now. Thanks for watching.